The purpose of this video is to help our customers understand how to capture social and emotional data with your other physical education assessments. After logging into your IHT account, go to the dashboard. After you click into the dashboard, if you slide down to the very bottom and go to Next or Page 2, we have some great examples for you. If you click on the hyperlink that says Statewide Data Collection MA for Massachusetts and open that hyperlink, the first thing that you will find is an overview document of what this group of people have put together. So basically, they have taken a deep look at social and emotional to find out what type of categories and components are to be measured. So there's 5 basic components for social and emotional learning: self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skills, and responsible decision-making. Next, this group of individuals looked at the physical education standards, mainly Standard 4, and then they matched up with the standards that were written by our national committee to the SEL components. Going back to the page for the statewide data collection Massachusetts, if you click on the social and emotional overviews for relationship, self-management, social awareness, etc., then you will find a document where they have outlined by grade level. So if you look at this, it goes outcomes grade 1, and it tells you more specific what grade 1 is looking for. And it continues if you scroll down for the secondary level. And then they also give you the criteria for that competency. After you have determined what your rubric will look like for your school system, or whether you want to use some of these that the people in Massachusetts has outlined for us, the next step would be to go to the orange assessment tab. Then inside the assessment tab, there will be a gray tab that says measures. So we click on measures, and now we're going to create a measure to be assessed. On the right hand side, there is a green tab, hyperlink, new measure. So I'm going to go into the relationship rubric. I'm going to make a measure for 6th grade. So I'm going to highlight what that specific information is about 6th grade. So once I have that highlighted, I go back into my IHT, create a measure, and I am going to copy paste that information into the label. Frequency, don't worry about it. Under unit, make sure that it says count. If you arrow down, there's all kinds of choices. But when you're collecting data on social and emotional or standards, you always want to use count. Then you can create a tab if you want, or you can, it depends on how you want to do things for your school system. So this happens to be a standard 4, and in my area I would write in standard, and then I'd put 4, and I always want to click on the blue line that states standard 4. Now I have it tagged. I'm going to click save measure. Now if I come in here where it says tags and I go standard 4, I click on standard 4. There it is, accept differences. So this is the standard I just created. Now I want to set the norms. So if I come in here, I can change this to be whatever I would like for it to state. I know Massachusetts uses not yet. I'm going to quickly just demonstrate how you can change these to developing. To proficient, and then exceeds. Now at the elementary level, many people do not use 4 steps. They just use the 3. So whatever is appropriate for your school system, you can tailor this to be that. Also up here in the label, if you want it to state that it was a standard 4, you could do that as well. So you can make and you can edit that label name to fit the needs for your school system. Okay, so after you have the label, you have the tag, you have a count, and then across here we have labeled the terminology to match our school system. Now I'm going to click on New Row. And a 6th grader is going to be probably around 10 to 12, 13 years old. So I'm going to make sure that I have the norms wide enough net to capture all of my 6th graders. So not assessed would be a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to duplicate that out to about age 13 just to make sure I capture all the kids that would be in 6th grade. Now I do it again for the gentleman, and I put in those norms. I duplicate it out. And now I save. Now I can make as many measures as I would like for my district or for my classes. Big districts should have this done at a coordinator's level. It's really important to do it at a coordinator's level. In fact, I would have all districts do it at a coordinator level. If you need help with that, reach out to your customer success person or reach out to me. My name is Bev at ihtUSA.com. Okay, now the next part. We come into assessments. We click on New Assessment. I am going to go down to my standard 4. I will find the one that I just created. I'm looking at my 2nd hour class. A quick reminder, measures to be assessed. Make sure it's what you want. Groups to be assessed. You should never have more than one group at a time. We always check this and make sure it's one group at a time. Create assessment. And now I go up here to this hyperlink and I can see right here what I'm assessing. It will list all of my students' names. I can toggle back and forth between my rubric and where I put in the data. And now I'm set, and as I'm ready to assess my students, I assess the ones that I'm ready for. At the end of the day, I click Assessments. A new day starts. I just come back into that second period, click on the assessments. Students that already have the assessments will be identified by having their data in by their names. The next day I just continue to add in data as needed. So as I close out, please reach out to those of us in customer success. Let us help you as needed. This is a really neat part of IHT. Our software is amazing. So I just encourage you to use it and let us guide you down the path that you want to go for the data in your district.